So, Star Trek is back. Oh, sorry, I mean the Orville, which we now know is the real Star Trek. Well, basically, it's Star Trek: The Next Generation all over again. I mean, even the sets of the Orville. I mean, if they told you it was the Enterprise, you'd believe it. So that's what you've got here, and it just goes to show. It had long been discussed that Seth MacFarlane wanted to do a Star Trek series, and apparently pitched the ideas, but was rejected. And that clearly can be stated was a huge mistake, because even at his worst, MacFarlane could not do worse than what Kurtzman and company have done to Star Trek over at CBS All Access with Discovery. So what a huge missed opportunity, but MacFarlane gets the last laugh. And of course, and to avoid being sued, it had to be a parody series. But it's a funny show. At first, I didn't like it. I thought the first few episodes, I didn't think, but it found its groove. And it did it so very quickly, which you have to do in this day and age. I know a lot of people point back to the rough start of Next Generation, and yes, you go back, those first 2 seasons at least are just awful, and they still are. So in today's television viewing situation, no, Next Generation would die. It would not have survived. But of course it got better. Well, it had that chance to do it, and it became the powerful force that it is, and something to be looked upon for reference and influence about how to do these type of shows and how to go forward. And Orville understands that completely. They've made it a comedy, and it still could have worked as a comedy even if it had been Star Trek. It just could be this other messed up crew that's going through it, but they handled some pretty cool ideas, science fiction ideas, and metaphors for our own time, and what have you, especially with that social network score episode, which boy oh boy, that's already becoming true, especially for China, who wants to, hey, that sounds like a good idea, let's put that into place. And scary, but pretty silly at the same time, and that was in Orville, and that's the kind of things that Star Trek was known for. You're not going to get any of that in Discovery. Maybe the next season, I don't know, but right now, that first season just wasn't Star Trek at all. And then here you had this joke show that just ran roughshod over them. All right, now the first episode of Jaloja, which another cue from Star Trek. Obviously, they took the idea of Ponfar and used that as a jumping off point for this episode, where Bortus, unlike Spock, who has to mate every 7 years, Bortus, I don't know if it was 7, I can't remember, but there's a certain, he only has to urinate over a period of time, and it's this big ceremonial thing for his people, and he's inviting his friends to come witness him urinate off a cliff on his home planet. And so that's the premise of where they're going, and they're expected to bring dates and all this sort of stuff. So all that comes about the relationships between the crew and trying to hook up with whoever, and continuing the soap opera nature of it. And you need that for a series to go forward, even an episodic series that's not necessarily bent on an arc or anything like that, like they've tried to do with Discovery. Here, technically you could miss a few episodes and you're still caught up when you come in on it, because each episode is dealing with whatever adventure or ordeal they're having to endure. And it does it well. And so you get all of that. This is the kind of thing that could have been looked at as a filler episode, but a filler episode done well. Of course, you can't really say that because it's the first episode of the new season. but it's a good vehicle to reintroduce you to the cast and see where they are and where they're going and all that. And very well done. Really enjoyable. Got quite a few laughs out of it. They really upped their game, and I think they're really in their groove, and they're a force to be reckoned with. So very well done for the Orville. So this is a 5 out of 5 stars, because I just don't have any complaints with it. I had a good time watching it, and I look forward to the next one. And that's success in this business. So yes, if you're not watching the Orville, What are you doing? Why are you denying yourself this joy? Tune in to the Orville. Sit back and enjoy yourself. It's quite a treat. And if you're still upset about Star Trek, well, you've got Orville. Maybe there needs to be a Dr. Orville for the Doctor Who fans. Yes, yes. Somebody get busy and make your Doctor Who parody. That's actually just a better Doctor Who with a few jokes thrown in. All right. Thank you for watching and listening. Like and subscribe, and check the link description below. That'll take you to my many stores that have plenty of goodies for you.